So, hey guys, welcome to podcast number 2. Sorry about the lighting. It's not too great. But anyway, so welcome to podcast number 2. Today this week for podcast number 2, we're going to talk about the case Asha Dagree. Where is she? What happened to her? So, here we go. Before we get started talking, if you are new, please subscribe and leave a like. So, here we go. Let's start. What happened? Okay. So, I'm going to use my phone for a little guidance. So, and then I'll let you know? Okay. So, Asha Dagree. Okay. Asha Dagree. This is what shows up. That's what she looks like when she disappeared. But, okay. So, Asha Dagree. Let's read the case. And then I'll tell you about, the new clues and stuff. So, here we go. Okay, first, let's read about how she disappeared. So, born August 5th, 1990, went missing child, Asha Dagree, from Shelby, North Carolina, United States, in the early morning hours of February 14th, 2000, for reasons unknown. She packed her book bag, left her family home north of the city, and began walking along nearby North Carolina Highway 18. Despite heavy rain and wind, several passing motorists saw her. When one turned around at point from her home began to approach her, she left the roadside and ran into a wooded area. In the morning, her parents discovered her absence. No one has seen her since. Now, I am 28, and it's dark outside right now. I would be afraid to walk in the rain, in the dark, along a highway. That would freak me out. I'd be like, no. No thanks. That would not be my thing. And I think she was afraid of rain, if I'm right. She was afraid of storms or something and the dark. And yet she was walking along the road. And only one attempted to see if she was okay. Alright, so an intense search that began that day led to the location of some of her personal effects near where she was last seen. A year and a half later, her book bag, still packed, was unearthed from a construction site along Highway 18, north of Shelby, at the point where she ran into the woods. A billboard now stands, appealing for help finding her. Her family hosts an annual walk from their home to the billboard to draw attention to the case. While the circumstances of Dagree's disappearance at first seemed to suggest she was running away from home, investigators could not find a clear reason she might have done so, and she was younger than most children who do so. They have speculated that she might have been abducted instead. The case has drawn national media attention. In 2015, the FBI joined state and county authorities in a reopened investigation, offering an award for information that could help solve the case. So, a year and a half later, her backpack was uncovered, was found. And it was buried in this garbage bag So whoever, like, they, it was buried. But it was also in a garbage bag. So. And then her parents. So I guess the dad worked weird, and I guess when the mom put the Asia and her brother to bed, I guess because like the power went out, so they went to bed, and then the dad checked on the kids, and then her brother in the middle of the night heard like a ruckus coming from Asia's side of the room, and or like the bed moving, and so like, which I don't know why, if I heard like a bed, if I was in my siblings' room and I heard them like like something happening in their bed, I'd turn over and find out like, hey, what's going on. But so when the parents woke up, they found her, she was missing. So, and she, like, that weekend she lost a basketball game, so I guess she was like kind of upset about that, but so okay, so it says so they last saw her around 2:30 a.m. on February 14th, 2000, when she was asleep in her bedroom. Officials had said about 90 minutes later, drivers on North Carolina 18 and Shelby saw her walking on the side of the road. Officials said her parents reported her missing around 6:30 that morning. So that's crazy. So the last time she was saw in her bed was at 2:30 a.m. and then 90 minutes later she was walking along the highway. That's crazy. And then, like I said, in 2001, her backpack was found buried along North Carolina 18 in Burke County with some belongings still inside, officials said. And then in May 2016, the FBI announced it was looking for an early 1970 Lincoln Mark IV or Thunderbird based on a tip that someone who looked like Asia may have gotten into a car like that on North Carolina 18 around the time she disappeared. So that was back in 2016. So now they have something that they... So now they have some new clues. Now they have some new clues, which is they announced the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office announced 2 new possible clues Monday in the search for Asha dagree, who was 9 when she disappeared from her Shelby home in February 2000. The first clue is a library book from Fallston Elementary School in Cleveland County. Cleveland County said in a video posted by the Sheriff's Office. The book, Something Pool by Dr. Seuss, shows a fish chasing a worm on a hook on its cover. If you or someone you know had this Dr. Seuss library book around the time of Asia's disappearance and lost track of it, call us, Bowen said in the video. And then, library records at school don't go back to the year of Asia's disappearance. And then Bowen described the second clue as a concert t-shirt from New Kids on the Block, which formed in the 1980s and is currently on tour. So that's pretty crazy. The sheriff's office had a board request for people who recognized the shirt, asking for calls from anyone who had the shirt or knew someone who did at the time. They declined in a news release to give more information about the two clues. The investigation into Asia's disappearance has been open for more than 18 years. In September 2017, FBI team with missing children cases joined the investigation. At the time of that announcement, officials said investigators were working on the assumption that Asia is alive, which she could be alive, because you never know, she could be alive because they haven't found her remains. Hold on. Okay, sorry. I heard a noise. So, anyways, they haven't found her remains, so there could be a possibility that she could be alive still. Maybe she's being held captive. Maybe she did really run away and she, is living her own life and stuff like that. But the thing that's kind of alarming is that her backpack was buried in a garbage bag with her stuff still inside of it. And then also in a shed, because when she went running in a shed, they found candy wrappers and objects that belonged to her in it, so in the shed. So I think that's maybe that's what happened. Maybe, who knows? But she could be alive because, again, they haven't found her remains. So no one knows what happened to her. So leave a comment down below on, do you think she's alive still or dead? If she's alive, she would be my age, which would be 28. So if she's still alive. So let me know down below if you think she is alive or dead. But I don't know. I don't know, because some people are like, oh, maybe she didn't leave the house. Maybe she was. There's lots of things that could have happened, but no one knows what happened to her. No one knows. So, and they did release two new clues, which was the book and then New Kids on the Block shirt. So, I don't know. I find it I hope this case, hopefully there's a break in the case where they either find her alive or something. So, again, leave comments down below on if you think she's alive or not alive. I think she's alive. So, I don't know. You can leave your comments down below and let me know. Okay. So, anyways, that's probably about it for this podcast. Hope you enjoyed. And give a like if you liked it. And see you guys next week in another podcast, which will be about maybe my holiday traditions that I could share with you. Alright, so thank you for watching this podcast, and I will see you all next week, guys. Bye. See you next week.